First time Joe had a really bad flare-up was at university when I was staying with him overnight. The following morning he was like a statue in the bed.
One day he called me, I just walked out of clinics and he was like, I need you to come and help me. I was like, what's the matter? He goes, I can't move. And he was in his room and his joints were all stiff. And for me, I think I was 19, 20 at the time. To see something like that, and to someone who's a close friend to you, you were like, wow.
I'd probably wake up when I was 21, 22 thinking, you know, is this going to be the rest of my life feeling like this? With rheumatoid arthritis, it doesn't just affect your joints, there's always that risk of it affecting your heart or your lungs. But I think the thing that's really affected me the most, I guess, is sort of that mental pain. The emotional aspects of it and being able to cope with that, because no one can teach you how to feel better. For pain, there's painkillers that take the edge away. But to be able to get over your condition mentally, it takes time, and it just takes a serious amount of thought and support.
I remember there were some mornings when he just couldn't get out of bed, for example, when he wasn't able to get into clinics or he would be late, but it was just because he had to wait for his brother, and he used to tell me how he would physically have to get him out of bed and like help him buttoning up his shirts and things like that he would have struggled with.
Socially, I was conscious about who I was and what I was. And that wasn't visible, it wasn't clear to everyone else that something was wrong. But it was daylight to me. I would cover my hands so no one could see. I'd avoid shaking people's hands because it would hurt so badly, but I was conscious that people were aware that I wasn't shaking their hand. I was really into my sports before, and now my activity levels are much lower. Because I've got rheumatoid arthritis, everybody's expectations of you are much lower. That's horrible. But how does that feel to you? Like, why should they be any different? And why should I change the way that I think? Why should I change? Why should my expectations be lower just because I've got this condition? And for a time, I believed it, and I lived that life, and that's what really pissed me off. 23 marathons later, and my brother would probably tell you I'm still no good at running. But I'm still breaking those barriers. I'm exceeding those expectations. And now I'm running the Marathon Des Sables, a 250-kilometer race across the Sahara Desert. Do I think I'll finish? I don't know. But I do know it will hurt. I do know I will endure, and I will not stop.
The Marathon Des Sables is a 6-day multi-stage race in the Sahara Desert, and you need to carry everything on your back to survive for the week.
People drive that distance, and they have to take breaks.
It was ridiculously difficult compared to the other multi-stage races. You can train as you would for a marathon and maybe go a little bit longer, but it's very much about your mind and how you work through the race mentally, because one of the toughest things to do is to stay focused. Your legs will only get you so far, and the rest of it is all about your mental attitude towards the running.
There's only so much control you might have over the physical elements or your physical environment, but when it comes to your mind and the way that you think and the way that you feel, I think actually that's the most important thing to have control of. Let's think about that in the desert, let's think about that in the Sahara. It's going to be an environment I do not know. So the most important thing in terms of between now and the race is not just physical preparedness, but it's mental preparedness.